Hey everybody, it's Professor Parrish. I want to go ahead and first apologize that this is out on Wednesday, which is a lot later than I usually ever post a lecture video. However, I have been assisting with online registration for summer and fall, so that has taken up a bit of my time, so that's why this video is so late. But I apologize in case if you were expecting this Sunday or Monday. With that being said, if you are a student, especially if you have you're a student out here, you're not a high school student, but if you're a senior or if you're a student at SIC and you are wanting to register for summer or fall, we are doing registration now. So all you have to do is email advising@sic.edu. And what happens is you get paired up with an advisor and they help you register for summer and or fall. So if you are needing to do that, you are welcome to do that anytime, and you may end up with me. So we're registering via email, or we've done Zoom chats, whichever is more convenient for you. So that's pretty much what this last week has been. So I have graded everything from last week. So if you look online, you'll see your grade has been updated. The topics for your narration papers, wonderful. There were a couple students I think I've emailed you with feedback if your topic is maybe a little bit more towards our last paper and not narration, but 90% of everybody, the topics are perfect, and you will have gotten an email back from me with my feedback saying if it works or if it doesn't work. Those drafts are going to be due this coming Sunday. So we're going to dive right into what we're doing for this week and talk about those assignments. It's not going to be anything crazy. So I didn't feel too terrible about making you guys wait till Wednesday for this video, because a lot of it's going to be stuff that we've already done before. So we're not broaching any new content. Now next week we definitely will. So I will make sure now that we're into registration that the next week video is out on time and by Sunday. But for this week, let's go ahead. I'm going to minimize myself and we're going to go over to assignments and talk about what is due for this week. So week 13, there are 3 assignments. As far as reading goes in our book, chapter 20 in English skills, it's not a long chapter. It's about 16 pages. It's just talking more about research, about resources, gathering and constructing a research paper. And we're going to talk about this more in week 14 with argumentation, which is our last paper for the class. So what your assignments are this week are the discussion forum, which I'm going to open out here to the side. The grammar review number 8, we're getting close to those grammar reviews being done. We've got this one and then 2 more and we're done with grammar reviews. And then obviously your narration paper is due. So I won't open up the Dropbox. The narration paper is exactly the same as our other papers that we've turned in so far. It's the same Dropbox. Please make sure that by Sunday, March 22nd, you've turned, or no, so not March 22nd, what am I saying? That's when the Dropbox opened. By Sunday, April 12th at 11:55 p.m., you have your paper turned in. It is worth 50 points. That's a lot of points at this point in the class, so please make sure you don't miss it. As we have done with our other papers, you will get a chance to revise, so please make sure that you turn that paper in. But so far, based on the outlines that you've all submitted, everyone seems to be in a great place with their narration paper. So I'm not worried about you all getting to the content and getting these papers done. Your outlines, some of you had half the paper done already. So I was like, set and match. You guys are good. And I am excited to read your papers. I think everybody's topics, a lot of them were about vacationing and about going on different trips, which since we're stuck at home, why not write about that? Why not reminisce? I'm all for it. I will pull up my lawn chair and have my drink with my little umbrella in it, and I will enjoy reading your papers about those trips. So, but the narration draft is due by Sunday, April 12th at 11:55 p.m. And so is the grammar review number 8. So let me pull the grammar review up. Move my little person here. Doot. Okay. So on page 530 in our textbook, we're dealing this week with apostrophes. If you don't know what an apostrophe is, pages 527 and 535 reviews this, but it's essentially when you're making a contraction or when you're shortening words together and you delete a letter or you get rid of a letter in that phrase and you make it one word, you replace that letter with an apostrophe, which is kind of like a floating comma. And so, for example, if I say it is, I can shorten that to its, and it's IT apostrophe S. So it's just shortened. I took out the extra I and I replaced it with an apostrophe and made it one word. Now, if you don't use an apostrophe and you just have ITS, that's possessive, and we've talked about that in previous grammar assignments. So if you ever give possession for a person owning an object, like if I say Rachel's textbook, I'll say Rachel apostrophe S textbook, and that signifies that I own that textbook, or that is my textbook. If I say children's toys, I'll do children apostrophe S and then toys, because I'm lumping children in as one word. So the textbook explains kind of your different scenarios for using apostrophes. I feel like for most of you, based on reading your papers so far, this will be review. I haven't seen a lot of students have trouble in this class with apostrophes, so I don't anticipate that this will be a hard assignment for you. But for numbers 1 through 10, you're writing down the correct word with the apostrophe in the appropriate place. So there will be plural and there will be singular nouns that need apostrophes. So just keep that in mind. And then numbers 1 through 5 at the bottom here, you are writing down the word listed with the apostrophe in the proper place, and then write a sentence using that word with the apostrophe. So there's a little extra here. Don't forget to write that sentence, because I will take points off for each one if you don't write that sentence. But it can be any sentence you want. You can be as creative as you want with it. If you just want to be clean and concise, make a quick sentence, that's fine. If you want to be elaborate, go for it. But I just want to see in this assignment that you can use that apostrophe in the appropriate placement. All right, so that's the grammar review. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to minimize my little script there. And then going back, let's talk about the discussion forum. So we're wrapping up narration this week, and so with that being said, this and some of you have already actually wrote in the discussion forum. That's awesome. So this discussion forum should be pretty simple. I just want to know, how has narration compared with the last two papers? Did you find this paper easier? Was the structure different? Was it a more challenging paper? I want to know your opinions. Has it become easier writing about something we're familiar with? Or would you rather research a topic? I think some people like writing about what's familiar, and some people, maybe they don't want to write about their lives, so they like the challenge of researching. I just want to know your opinion. And then finally, going into argumentation, which is our last paper, what do you think writing about an argument paper is like? What do you think? Of course it delayed that. Let me get back on here. There we go. What do you think it means to argue a topic? And I'm curious to see what you'll say here, because our textbook delivers us a specific way that we argue and what that means, and then there's kind of a more general idea about argumentation. So I'm curious to see what you all think that will be like. But that's the discussion forum. So going back to our assignments, there's just those three. The grammar review should be pretty easy for you all, the discussion forum, and then turning in your paper. And I will try to get those papers back next week as soon as possible to you all, so you'll have time to revise. But week 13, that's pretty much the assignments. It's a pretty straightforward week. Next week, we will dive into argumentation, and I will talk about the assignments as well as what we're doing for citation. So it will be a little bit longer of a video next week, so just gear up for that. This week's video is pretty short, but I think that you've got this week covered. I feel pretty confident in what you guys are doing for the assignments for this week. So with that being said, I hope you all have been having a great week. I hope you all are doing fine social distancing. I hope that you've enjoyed the nice weather outside and taken advantage of it. Like I said, if you have questions about registration, just email advising@sic.edu. If you have questions about financial aid, it's fao@sic.edu. And if you are registering for fall or summer semesters, I may have a chance to register you. So I'm pretty excited about that. If we Zoom chat, I might actually see you all face to face, which would be exciting. So with that being said, I hope you all have a great rest of your week. Again, I apologize for this video being so late, but don't worry. Next week, we will be back on track. Sunday night, you should have week 14 video up. and that will be all taken care of. So with that being said, let me know if you all have any questions, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. See you all later. Bye.